Hi students, good morning. Now we are going to prepare the simple process account. Okay, the first sum, you are required to prepare process X account from the following details. Raw materials, wages, direct expenses is given here. Apart from that, they have given additional information, that is overheads are to be taken at 100% of wages. Okay, in previous video I explained you clearly what is the format for process account. Okay, there are many processes in the process account. Okay, so the format is the process one account. On debtor side, particulars cost per unit and amount. Creditor side also we have the particulars cost per unit and amount column. Okay, debtor side we have to enter all the cost means what? Expenses. Okay, so direct material, direct labors, direct expenses, factory overheads, other expenses, indirect expenses, all the cost we have to enter on debtor side, and input unit you have to enter on debtor side, and finally you calculate the total and total input units. Okay, it will be transferred to on creditor side. Okay, so at the end of the process one account, we have find out the output of the cost. The output of the process one, we have to write the by process 2 account. Why we write here? Because of that the output of the process 1 immediately transferred to as the input of process 2. Okay, so process 2 account, what you have should write first, process 1's output will be transferred here. Okay, so process 1's output taken from where? Process 1. Okay, then what are the materials, labors, direct wages and the direct expenses, indirect wages, factory overheads and the other chargeables will be, they have given in the process 2 the question, we have to enter here. Units also given in the question. Okay, after end of the process 2, the balancing figure you should write by finished stock. Okay, which means the process up to process 2, the process is completed. Okay, so there is no need to transfer the output unit. Okay, this is the format. Now let's go to the sum. So as per the question, raw material, wages, direct expenses you have entered here. Okay, the raw materials 20,000 rupees, wages 10,000 rupees, two direct expenses 5,000 rupees, and the additional information they have given, overheads are to be taken 100% of wages, right? So wages value is what? 10,000 rupees. So 100% means 100 divided by 100. Percentage means divided by 100. Okay, wages value is 10,000 rupees. After calculation you will get 10,000 rupees. That 10,000 rupees means what? Overheads. So finally you enter two overheads 10,000 rupees. So what is the process cost? All the cost you have added, finally you get 45,000 rupees process cost. Okay, let's see sum number 2. Prepare process account from the following details. There are two processes given here. Okay, material, labor, direct expenses. Apart from that, they have given the additional information, that is production overhead rupees 60,000 to be allocated to process 1 and 2 on the basis of 150% of direct wages. Production during the period 2,000 unit. Okay, let's prepare process 1 account. Okay, so as per the format, we created the format process 1 account, particulars unit rupees on both the side. Okay, materials, labor, direct expenses accordingly 40,000, 15,000, 5,000 entered on debtor side, always started with the prefix word 2. Okay, next what they have on production overhead 150% of direct wages. What is the direct wages for process 1? Labor means direct wages 15,000 rupees. So that 15,000 rupees will be calculated with the 150% of a production. Okay, so 150% means what? 150 divided by 100% means we have to divide that numerator with the 100. Okay, so after cancel it you will get what? 1.5. That 1.5 into wages value is 15,000 rupees. After multiplying you will get 22,500 rupees. What is the 22,500 means? It's a production overhead. So you have to write to production overhead 22,500 rupees. Okay. Listen here carefully. Production during the period 2000 units is given. That 2000 units is commonly we have to take it for process 1 and process 2 as the input unit. Okay. So input always goes on where? On debtor side. So input unit how much rupees? 2000 rupees for production usage. Okay. So now we come to the conclusion for the process 1, which means total. We have find out the total. After added all the cost, you will get 82,500 rupees and the unit input unit is 2,000 rupees. Both the value you have entered as the total on both the side. Okay. Then the balancing, there is no items given in the question. So that same total you have to enter here, which means a balancing figure 2,000 rupees for unit and 82,500 is the total cost at the end of the process 1. 2,000 unit means output. At the end of the process 1, you find out 2,000 unit outputs and the total cost of the process 1 is 82,500 rupees. Against this value, you are going to write by process 2 account, which means these 2,000 and 82,500 will be transferred to process 2 account as the input unit and the input cost, right? Okay, so now we completed the process 1. Before completing it, we need to find out the cost per unit. Okay, so what is the cost per unit? What is the format you use to cost per unit? It's very simple. Total cost divided by output. Total cost, process 1's total cost is 82,500 rupees divided by output is unit is 2,000. After cancel it, you will get the cost per unit is 41 rupees 25 paisa. Okay, so after finish the process 1, now we are going to prepare process 2 account. Okay, so first what you should write the first entry in process 2 next account. We should transfer the output and the total cost taken from the first process into the next process. Okay, now we are going to write to process 1 account 2,000 rupees 82,500 rupees entered, which means what? This is the output process of previous process taken from previous process and enter into current process. Okay, so transferred. After transferred only you have to enter what is given in the process 2 in the question. Material 6,000, labor 16,000, direct expenses 3,000 rupees entered on debtor side. Okay, started with the prefix 2. Okay, so after enter all the items, finally what we have to do? The production overhead 150% of direct wages. So what is the direct wages in process 2? 16,000 rupees. So we have to calculate 16,000 rupees with 150% of production overhead. Okay, 150% means what? 150 divided by 100 of process 2's wages 16,000. 150 divided by 100 after cancel it, you will get 1.5 into 16,000 rupees. You will get what? 24,000 rupees. That 24,000 rupees is called as what? Production overhead. You have to enter on debtor side to production overhead. How much you get? After calculation 24,000 rupees. Okay, so now we come to the conclusion. So what we have to do after complete all the after enter all the cost in the process 2, now we have to find out the total. So after added all the cost, you will get 1,31,500 rupees. The unit is 2,000 entered on both the side as the total. Okay, credit side there is no value, so the same total unit and end of the process 2 value 1,31,500 you have to enter here credit side. That means this is the balancing figure. Okay, there are 2 processes given here. At the end of the second process, you should write against this value by finished stock. Okay, so at the end of the process 2, what you have to do? By finished stock, though, because from the raw material all the second process you come to get this finished stock. Okay, the finished stock is output 2,000 rupees and the total cost of the process 2 is 1,31,500 rupees. Got it? Now we are going to find out what? Cost per unit for the process 2 account. Cost per unit means what? What is the format? Total cost divided by unit. Total cost 1,31,500 divided by output unit is 2,000 rupees. After cancel it, what you get? You get the cost per unit is rupees 65 rupees 75 paisa. Okay. Listen, come to the third sum. Calculate the cost of the each process and total cost of the production from the data given. Okay, what they given here? Process 1, process 2, process 3. The items are material, wages, direct expenses, works overhead. Apart from that information, they have given the additional information, that is other indirect expenses of this 1,275 should be apportioned on the basis of the wages. Got it? So what we have to do? First we have to prepare process 1. So process of format I already explained you clearly as per the format you entered here. Process 1 account now we are going to prepare. So material, wages, direct expenses, work overhead taken from process 1 and enter on debtor side of the process 1. Okay. After enter, they have given the additional information, that means indirect expenses rupees 1,275 should be apportioned on the basis of the wages. Okay. So apportion means we have to take the overall wages. Okay, wages cost is 1,200, 3,900. All together we added, what you get? All together we added the wages, total wages is 5,100. Okay, so what is the format for find out the indirect expenses? Cost process 1's wages divided by total wages into indirect expenses. So as per that format, process 1's wages is 1,200 divided by total wages 5,100 into indirect expenses 1,275. After cancelling, what you got? 300 rupees. That 300 rupees is called as what? Indirect expenses entered. After entered it, you have to find out the total. After added all the cost, you will get 6,140 rupees. Enter on both the side as the total. After enter the total, credit side we don't have any values. So the balancing figure is 6,140, which means this is the output. At the end of the process 1, we got the output. That output value is 6,140. Against this, you are going to write by process 2 account, which means that output of the process 1 will be transferred to input of the process 2. Got it? So process 1 completed. We started process 2 account. First entry, what you have to write here? We taken the process 1's output and transfer to process 2. Okay, so you have to write here to transfer from process 1's account 6,140 entered. Let's see the process 2 what they given in the question. Material, wages, direct expenses, works overhead 750, 3,500, 2,580. We will entered on debtor side. Then in additional information, we have to added all the wages calculated with the indirect expenses. Numerator we have to write the process 2's wages. Okay, so process 2's wages is 3,000 divided by total wages 5,100. We'll enter on denominator. In indirect expenses they have given on the question 1,275. After cancel it, you will get 750 rupees. That 750 rupees is called as what? Indirect expenses entered. Now what we have to do? At the end of the process 2, we have calculated, added all the cost. We will get 13,720 rupees. Okay, enter on both the side as a total. After enter the total, credit side we don't have any value. So the balancing figure is what? 13,720 we entered on credit side. Against this value, what you have to write as per the format? By process 3 account. Okay. Why? Because that 13,720 is called as at the end of the process. So we got output value is 13,720. Immediately it will be transferred to process 3 as the input, right? So process 2 completed. Now we started process 3 account. Okay, prepare the process 3 account. First account, what we have to do? We have taken output from the previous process and enter it as the input in the current process, which means process 3 account to process 2 account 13,720 transferred, enter on within the bracket. Okay, after that you are, as per that format, you are going to enter material, wages, direct expenses work overhead for process 3, 300, 900, 500 and 1875 will be entered on debtor side. After enter, we need to calculate the indirect expenses 1275 into process 3's wages 900 divided by total wages is 500. After cancel it, you will get 225 rupees. Okay, 225 rupees is called as what? Indirect expenses entered on debtor side. Okay. Now what we have to do, we are going to add all the cost. After added, you will get 17,520. This is the total cost for process 3. We enter on total cost on the both the side. Credit side we don't have any value, so that the same value are going to enter on credit side, which means this is a balancing figure 17,520. Again, this you are going to write by finished stock account. Okay, why? Because at the end of the process 3 we finished the from raw material process 1 semi-finished process to process 2 also we have the semi-finished output, and process 3 it becomes the finished stock account. So at the end of the process 3 what you have to write as per the format by finished stock account 17,520 rupees. Okay, do you have any doubt? Please comment into the comment box. I am always ready to clarify your doubt. Okay, thank you. Take care.